Hello everyone, I just want to start this video off by saying thank you for all the positive feedback on the first video I posted. I put a lot of work into that and it took me a long time to get there, so I'm very grateful that it was well received and you guys had so many kind things to say, and yeah, that made me feel really good and helped me to build some momentum going forward. So thank you very much. And I also posted a members only video on Patreon, and that was also a success. Thank you very much for you guys who subscribed there and watched that video. There's more to come, so get ready. So in this video, I want to address something that I feel very passionate about. I feel very responsible to address, and that is the idea of being stuck as an old soul, as a light worker, feeling like you're not making progress, like you're not getting anywhere, like all this work you've done hasn't accumulated to what you thought it would. And I just want to explain where that comes from and let you know that it is literally impossible for you to be stuck. It is not possible for you to fail. It's not possible for you to go under the radar in all the work and all the effort you're putting in. Everything you're doing is known and seen and appreciated by all things, not just your guides, your higher self. There is an entire galaxy and universe of beings that are interested in what you're doing, interested in what's happening on Earth, and they're very proud of you. They're very impressed with your dedication and your courage and your loyalty, and they understand what it took for you to overcome the challenges that have crossed your path. And if you don't feel like that's the case, I just want to say through me from them that it is, and you are so loved and admired. And the idea that there are people out there doing this work who don't feel that appreciation, who don't always recognize that it's directed at them and they're unable to receive it because they have some sort of self-worth issue that is telling them that they don't deserve it, because you are doing one of the hardest jobs that there is in the galaxy, in existence. Flipping a planet that is this dark in this short of time. Think about that. Think about what that entails, how the dominoes have to fall so perfectly, and everything is going to come together as planned in perfect timing, exactly as it should. For the planet and for you personally. You've already won. This is a victory for you. This is predetermined and set in stone. And the frustration you feel and the itch that you can't scratch is there for a few reasons. To get you to move, to get you to press on, not get comfortable, because you stop making progress, you stop learning, you stop trying, you stop assisting others. You're not supposed to be comfortable on this path. And maybe that's a hard truth that hasn't reached you yet, but this is an uncomfortable job. For all the light and love that there is still tremendous amount of work to be done. And what if we weren't under this pressure? And I don't even really like calling it that, because it's all elective. It's all given to us by us. We take on what we can handle, nothing more. So you've decided that you can do this. You've decided how much you can handle. You came here because it was hard, because you would have to beat the odds to get to where you want to go. Think about it, a timeless galactic being who's been on all these different planets doing all these different things. Anything less would be boring and pointless to you. You're here in this space and time to show that the impossible is achievable. To give hope where there is none. and to stand tall when the darkness and everything else on this planet tells you to bow down. That's not you, obviously. I came here to beat the odds. I came here to do the impossible, and I intend on doing that. And that is my attitude, that is my modality from the beginning of the day to when I close my eyes at night to sleep. So have patience with yourself. Take it easy on yourself if you don't do everything exactly perfect in a perfect time, and understand that you're allowed to be a master and also a work in progress, because that's what the third dimension will always be. It is a work in progress. It's building a foundation. And in my opinion, it's very, very important, especially for those of you who have been on this path for a while, to understand that you have never failed. Not one single time in your life. Not ever. What you did was you learned. You learned how to stay on the path that's going to get you from where you are to where you want to be. And that's it. There's no in between. There's no failure. There's no accidents. The Creator doesn't make mistakes. Your higher self doesn't make mistakes. So believe in that, and believe in yourself. And when things do go south, take a step back and analyze the situation and see it from the outside looking in perspective. What does your team think of what's happening right now? What does your higher self see, and what does he think about what's happening right now? You have a choice to filter everything that comes your way through the 3D lens, which is the mind and all the little feelings you have, or you can see through the lens of those that exist in a multidimensional state that are here to support you. What makes more sense? What are you here to teach? What are you here to create a foundation for? It is that multidimensional living. It is that quantum way. So go easy on yourself. Don't take this thing too seriously. Find time to laugh. Find time to admire and appreciate all the little things in this reality that are so beautiful, that sometimes don't get the recognition they deserve because the drama is more interesting. Moving on. The second thing that is the main source of your frustration, you hear about activations, you hear about upgrades and DNA and Kundalini awakenings and third eye openings, and it's just kind of a given that those things take time to achieve. Those things take time to sprout and blossom inside of you. They take time to come to light. So with that being said, having patience waiting for those superpowers is not an easy ask. Not at all. So what happens is, embedded within you, in your Akashic records, in your DNA, is lifetime after lifetime where you lived with these abilities as the norm. It's just the normal way of living. So when you have a situation that seems impossible and unchangeable, it causes us as old souls even greater discomfort, because we do remember that we had the power to change these things, and we don't necessarily understand why, if we're still processing through the third dimension and are still limited to the beliefs that time has shoved down our throat. That things have to be done in a certain way in a certain amount of time, or they're inappropriate, or they're not going to happen. So if this is you and you find yourself in a position of feeling stuck or uncomfortable or unfulfilled or even ready to give up, take a second to still your mind and analyze where the source of that frustration is coming from. Sure, we all want change. Sure, we all want the power to decide exactly what our path consists of, exactly what our life's giving us. But to be able to take a step back and say, okay, these things are causing me a lot of pain, and I remember that I could change these things, but I can't right now. Or I'm not ready, or it isn't time yet. It helps to remember that you'll be in the right place at the right time. What is it that Phil Good said? You're exactly where you need to be, otherwise you'd be somewhere else. And that rings through me every time I feel any kind of frustration or am unsatisfied with how things have turned out. Take a step back and think, what is the Creator trying to show me by being in this place, by being with this person in this relationship, by being in this work environment with these people? What do I have to learn? How can I make the most of my time here, no matter what the situation is? Because an old soul that has receded from time and resides in the now moment is immune to all of those lower vibrational energies, all of those old paradigms that everybody is just stuck spinning in. So what is it that's causing you frustration? And that way. And I would hope for you the answer would be no. And I hope this message has helped you. And I hope that you return for future messages. And if you enjoyed this, share it with a friend. Maybe they need help too. Maybe they need some understanding. Whatever the case may be. Thank you very much.